What's up YouTube, Darry here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you an update to my Dark Magician deck. Now this is another different variant, as you can well and truly see. So, the design of this deck is to kind of use and abuse the rank 7 abilities. So if you're going first, you go into Tomahawk, extend your board, get the draws in your hand that you need, and push plays further forward. If you're going second, that's right, Dark Magician can now have a fairly decent second turn board, and that then uses the ability of Dogman, Nessie, other dangers to push your plays further forward, go into Ibon Illusion, and push in for game that way. So without further ado, I'll take you through the deck profile and explain what we've got and why we've got it. So we start off with the main deck monsters, and we've got triple Dark Magician OGR as always, triple Magician's Rod, and double Apprentice Illusion, with a single Magician of Dark Illusion. Now these are all kind of self-explanatory. We're not relying on the turn 0 trap play to get the Magician of Dark Illusion on board this turn. We're not relying on the fusion, so we don't need to worry about getting Dark Magician engraved as consistently. And of course we've got the Rod to search out all the pieces that we need. With the dangers, you don't need to use up your normal summon, so using your Rod, you kind of get exactly everything you need. So, for the spicy touch of the dangers, we're playing triple danger Dogman. This not only gives the ability of a level 7 on board, but it also allows you to reduce your opponent's monsters big enough so that Dark Magician can actually be over him, and 9 times out of 10, Rod can even do so himself. So just imagine you're up against Thunder Dragons, and they've got Colossus on board. Yeah, alright, they might have protection engraved, but this is, if they don't, worst case scenario, you activate Dogman. Dogman does not come out on board, he gets discarded. Rod is then enough to crash with Colossus. Now, like I said, it's not ideal, but then on top of that, you could drop your Apprentice Illusion to keep it alive if you have it. Of course, next up, we do have triple Nessie. Again, another level 7. A nice 28 defending booty, and then not to mention it then searches out Dogman, and of course the other one we play, and that is double danger Noodle, or Tsukinoko. I don't have the second yet, as you can well and truly see. At 3, it might be okay. I'm just trying it at 2 right now, proxying in the second one. But of course, it is a level 3 that then works off with Rod. Should you need to, you can go into rank 3 plays, or of course extend your link board plays as well as. And then obviously if it's discarded, it comes to the board regardless. So it does kind of maintain a bit more stability. If you want to put more dangers in here, by all means do so. I would recommend the lower levels, because then if you were going to put in the lower levels, I would then advise putting in like Marsh Change 2, and you'd focus more on a Dark Claw kind of push than at this. But this is of course the rank 7 engine. The other card that you can put in here, whether you main it or side it, is of course Prankotrops. Now the reason Prankotrops is very, very good is because if you're going second, you symbol straight away special summon at a level 7 on board. If you then get a danger Dogman on board as well, that is a rank 7 straight into an Ibon Illusion. So from those two cards, you've got a rank 7. If you've got Circle or Rod, you normal Circle or Rod, use the effect of that, get a Circle, activate Circle, and then make the Ibon Illusion, detach, I'm glad on that one, make the Ibon Illusion, detach, special summon your Dark Magician from deck, Circle goes off, banish it, and you then have an Ibon Illusion, a Rod, or just the Ibon Illusion and a Dark Magician on board, and you're banishing 2 cards already. So that does give you a bit of a first turn step up. If you do need to, of course, you can use the Prankotrops to clear off any issues you might be having on your opponent's board. Next up, of course, triple Ash Blossom. Now this can be any hand trap you wish. They can be Drolls, they can be Ogres, they can be Infect Veilers, they can even be in the permanences if you wish. That is just 3 hand traps of your choosing. If you don't want to be putting hand traps in the deck, and you want them in your side or anything like that, they can easily be 3 more dangerous should you wish. Now moving on to the spells, we do play the Cursed Bamboo, or the Bamboo engine. The reason we do this is because it is an additional draw 2, and then on top of that, it gives us more fodder. If we have the Cursed in hand, it's one of the ones that we don't mind getting discarded. Now, ideally, getting discarded off of your dangers, you do want your Dark Magician engraved, if you've got an Eternal Soul live, or your Monster Reborn life. You do ideally want your golden in hand, but then of course if they get rid of the Cursed, you get a search, you get the golden, and you can push your plays further forward from that. So this is your alternate draw engine. On top of this, you could of course put the spell books in, because then you would play 3 Secrets, 1 Blue Boy, and 2 Knowledge, and a Desires if you want to. Entirely up to you. These are just the space for draw cards, and I kind of thought that the Bamboo engine was probably the best choice to play around with. Then of course you've got your triple Dark Magical Circle, no explanation needed on that one. Double Called by the Grave, 1 Dark Magic Inheritance, because of course we want to be searching out the pieces that we may need. We're going to have a lot of spells in graveyards, so banishing them isn't an issue. And then getting into your Circle, or of course your Navigation should you need it. Of course, we've got the one illusion magic. Now again, this is to kind of increase your hand side as well. If you were to normal summon your rod, use rod's effect to search out a circle. If you then tribute off rod, get 2 Dark Magicians to your hand, that then gives you additional fodder for, of course, your dangers. On top of that, if you do discard a Dark Magician, you have a way of bringing it back to your hand as well with illusion magic. And then of course we've got the one Monster Reborn. Finish off the traps, quite straightforward on that one. Triple Magician Navigation and double Eternal Soul. Navigation is another one that isn't the end of the world if it gets discarded, because it does give you that nice graveyard effect should you need it. Alternatively, what we do also have that you can play in here is you can play Trap Tricks, which is a new trap card, and I do advise people picking them up for Dark Magicians, because if you wanted to, it kind of counts in a way as 6 navigations, but then if you do play Impermanence, there are also other targets. If you wanted to play the Card of Demise version of Dark Magician, which I have done in the past, that then does allow you to Trap Tricks, get into a navigation, activate your illusion magic, get a Dark Magician to hand, and then activate the navigation the turn it's set. So it just gives you a bit more consistency to get to your navigation should you wish. So that's it for the full deck lineup, a straight side 40 card main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. Of course, for our rank 7s that we want to be using and abusing as best as we possibly can in this deck is, of course, Ibon Illusion. That's quite self-explanatory on that one. That is your turn 2 play to get you a Dark Magician to board. You've got your Galaxy Tomahawk. Now this, of course, goes into your Saruja play, resets your hand should you need it to, and then push your plays further forward with your dangers, and kind of allows you to extend your board even more so. Red Eye's Flare, I still think it's incredibly powerful, especially with the new time rules. Big Eye, again, steal your opponent's Link Monster and start moving plays further forward that way. And then, of course, the one Breaksword. Now, of course, if you don't want to use Breaksword, you can use any other rank 3 you wish. Or, of course, you could bump up YUGIOH Apprentice should you want to use and abuse her ability in the deck as well. Moving on, we've got our rank 2, or our Link 1, sorry. We've got the 2 Link Spiders and the Proxy Dragon to go off of the Tomahawk alongside our Kleehor Aeneas. Now obviously going off of your Genius as well, gives you the ability to extend your board, get into that Saruja play with 4 monsters and give you the draws. We've also got the one YUGIOH Apprentice, because all of our monsters, including the dangers, are dark. So she is a nice boost onto the board. And then of course we've got the more power play cards. We've got the Nightmare Phoenix to deal with any dodgy back row you might need, and of course discarding dangers. Unicorn, this can be a Decode Talker if you need your Link Freeze to play around with. And then of course you've got the Saruja off of the Tomahawk play, and then you've got your money cards, which is your Borrow Sword and your Borrow Load. These are just match winning cards, as simple as that. Being able to get into a Borrow Sword, attack with a Dark Magician, switch it to defense, attack with a Borrow Sword and attack with another Borrow Sword, it's just game there. So if you have it, play it. If not, these can be Topological Bomber Dragons if you wish, or of course you can play any other Link 3s or 4s that you kind of feel fit within the deck. You could even bump up your rank 7s. Now, if you were to play the Impermanence version as well, like I suggested, if you were to put Impermanence and put Trap Tricks in, you could also play, for once, your Ibon High Magician. This actually has more usage, because you can make this, sit this in defense, and then you can start activating Trap Tricks from hand and set your navigation. You can then activate the navigation, give you a Dark Magician, and banish one if you need, and it's a nice 2800 defender. So this is something you could throw in should you wish. If you do want to go for the fusion version as well, you can take 2 of these guys out, put in 2 of the Dragon Shrine and a Polymerization in space of like some of the Bamboo engines should you wish. It does give you a bit of versatility to play around with that one. And it also helps get a Dark Magician to grave that you could then bring back theoretically off of the Dragon Shrine's effect. So that is it for the deck profile. Quite straightforward, a little bit spicy, if I do say so myself, something a bit different. I'm not saying this is going to be meta toppling, but what you want to be looking at is, you know, the main metas out there right now are Sky Strikers and are possibly going to be Thunder Dragons. So the biggest issue Dark Magician have is they do need to search. So you need to have a way of outing their Colossus on board, whether it be you could put in some Kaijus in your side deck. Obviously, Prankatrops is a nice little new one as well to give a go, just because it adds to the rank 7 plays and gives you a bit more consistency along the deck as well. So that is it. I hope you liked it. I hope it gave you a couple of ideas of your own little version of mixing around with Dark Magician. I do try and find as many versatile and experimental ways of playing Dark Magician to kind of make them more modern, more useful, and more relevant in the meta. Now, obviously, the banish effect of Circle is very, very powerful, especially against Thunders, because you're banishing them, you're not destroying them, and that can get rid of them nice and easily. And just being able to kind of turbo out your rank 7s both first turn and second turn plays is very, very important, which is why we are playing the Danger Engine. But for now, I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.